evening. My name is Dan Sweeney. I would like to open a waterfront brew pub with some local distribution. If we're able to grow beyond that without compromising quality, then I would consider a slow, sustainable growth. However, our mission statement is more involved with quality rather than quantity. Our mission is to provide the finest beers in the world using only the purest ingredients, locally grown to the strictest of standards. We will also honor our maritime heritage through the use of green business practices that respect and preserve our source, the earth. Our vision statement is simple. It's providing pure joy through pure ingredients. I have selected the name of the Rappahannock and Potomac Brewing Company, or RMP for short, to honor our location between two of the Chesapeake Bay's tributaries. With any plan, we've also done a analysis of our external environment, with Stafford County projected to grow at more than 20% in the next 5 years. We'll aim to be fully established within this time period. This growth should only increase with the extension of the express high-occupancy vehicle lanes from DC to Stafford. In addition, the constant and rapid growth of the craft beer industry indicates this is an exciting time to be joining the industry, which is growing at over 12% per year. There's also the possibility of a minor league baseball team with a stadium being built right across the river from our projected location. There is also a projected additional bridge spanning the river right in that area to increase the flow of traffic. We would like to capitalize on the new baseball stadium with pre- and post-game specials and on game days to include post-game parties, victory parties, things like that. An additional river crossing bridge coupled with a widening of US Route 1 and 17 will increase the traffic to the area we plan to be established prior to the completion of this project. The completion of the competition from another local microbrewery shall not be too fierce. Their location is way off the beaten path. They do serve some very fine beer. It's excellent beer. However, their food leaves plenty to be desired. In order to compete in the food business, we will need to partner with a restaurateur whom has plenty of experience and knowledge of the food business. One of the other factors we considered in our external analysis was economic volatility, which is not too large of a concern in the area we are looking at locating due to the fact that the large majority of the residents are either military members or government employees, which tends not to ebb and flow so much as the private sector with the economy. So we're somewhat insulated from that. Once we establish ourselves as a premier location, we will secure the business of the military personnel, hopefully. While it will be tough to maintain long-term regulars due to the rotations, we will be able to have continued business due to word of mouth amongst service members. Service members will also appreciate our veteran-owned status and our shared military heritage. We've also conducted an internal analysis where we've looked at some of our own strengths and weaknesses and seen how it is we can apply those to hopefully be as successful as we'd like to be. Having a solid business education capped by an MBA will help me to become a successful entrepreneur. So it gives me the knowledge and prepare me for the challenges that come with a business. Having an MBA will establish a framework. Also, having served in 2 of the 5 branches of the armed forces as an officer and an enlisted man, and being a 2-time war veteran will enable me to relate to my target market. There's a bond that exists between service members that will help me while I provide great beer and great company to one of the larger per capita military populations in the U.S. This relationship will increase patronage through word of mouth. I would also like to establish a relationship with local wounded warrior groups, which will help our vets as well as build relationships with the community, because community involvement will be a pillar to our success. By sponsoring 5K walks and runs, homemade raft races on the river, clean the river days, similar events like that will build goodwill in the community. This is also a way we can increase our visibility and get the word out that we are open for business. Community involvement will help to build relationships with other businesses and local governments. While I have taken many seminars and small classes on beer brewing, I do not have any actual experience brewing beer. So I will be attending the American Brewers Guild's Craft Brewers Apprenticeship. The program has a tuition cost of just under $10,000 and will take 28 weeks. The Craft Brewers Apprenticeship Program prepares candidates for positions as brewers in brew pubs and microbreweries throughout the U.S. The program combines intensive classroom instruction with hands-on brewery experience. Brewers who complete the program will understand and be able to perform all operations in a brewery. Another factor we considered was the equipment. To start a brewery, I will need to spend between $300,000 and $400,000 on equipment. According to my research, the initial investment in equipment will be the largest expense. A lot of the equipment, though, can be converted from used food processing equipment. Dan Cochran, the owner of 4-String Brewery, was able to convert used dairy equipment for his brewery. We've also considered marketing. We've developed a marketing strategy where starting the brew pub as a specialty business based off of uniqueness. We will employ a focus strategy. Microbreweries typically focus on a narrow segment. This segment includes not just beer drinkers, but specialty craft brewed beer drinkers. These consumers are more concerned with taste and quality versus price and quantity. We are not going to be competing with Coors and Miller or InBev, the makers of mass market light lagers. They typically appeal to a younger or lower income segment. We will be competing with other microbrewers. We will achieve differentiation within the microbrew industry through our use of the purest ingredients, exciting and unique recipes, and our location. The customer base that prefers these specialty beers are typically more affluent and don't mind paying a higher price. The cost and time involved in producing these specialty beers is prohibitive for the larger national companies. It's not a case of they can't enter this market, it's just a different business than what they do. There are very few local competitors in the area. They're the Rock Bottom Brewery in Arlington, Virginia, 50 miles to the north, and the Blue and Gray about 10 miles to the south. I would like to build relationships with these other breweries where we serve each other beers in our pubs. I've seen this done before. Most brew pub proprietors are not in it for their they are in it for their shared love and passion for good beer, rather than to be cutthroat businessmen like you will find in some other industries. I'm very excited for this opportunity and hope to work with Miss Angel in the near future.